Oh, there you are. Great. Come on in. We've been waiting for you. Introduce yourself. We're all friends here. When I read Howard's End many years ago, Ian Foster's book, the words "only connect" jumped off the page and hit me between the eyes. And I've never forgotten that phrase. And I looked it up again this morning before doing this. And the next part of it is live in fragments no longer. So I want to create a little bit of that idea between us today. Thank you for joining me at the table with all the other people who are watching this video. And we're going to have some really great conversations because there's a lot of interesting people here with a lot to say, some interesting ideas, some open-mindedness, readiness to listen to your ideas. And we can connect. And luckily, all of this is happening at a time in history when it's much easier to connect with people, easier than it ever has been before. I know some of you have set up Zoom groups with relatives, maybe who normally you don't speak to that often, but in the context of the virus, suddenly we realize how precious our connections are. And I'm on my own here, but I've been having dinner with friends by having them on the phone in front of me while I'm having dinner. It makes it a much more satisfying experience. So I'm going to do a little guided meditation this morning. So as usual, find a good place to sit or lie on the ground, somewhere where you can have your spine straight. And let's close our eyes and take a couple of breaths to settle the system. Feel where your body's in contact with the floor or the ground, and your connection to the earth. The way it supports you and holds you. You don't have to do anything except be there. And as you're there, sitting or lying on the ground, in a chair that's on the ground, start to imagine the ground around you. Firstly, the room that you're in. Let your imagination go to the corners of the room. Embrace the whole space. Feel like you're in the whole space. Your energy reaches into the corners, up to the ceiling, filling the whole room. And now take a nice inhale and expand your energy a bit further. Expand it into the whole of the building that you are in. Up to the roof, out to the sides, to the corners of the building. Feel like your light, your energy is filling the whole building. And next time you inhale, expand your consciousness further. Expand it to include the garden, if there is one, or the road outside, the other houses or buildings in the street. or the fields and the trees of the countryside. With each inhale, expand your awareness a little further. Feel it seeping out around the edges of your awareness, taking in another piece of the road, taking in the neighborhood and all the people in it, connecting with their energy. And then the town or the village or the district where you live. Now your energy is a mile or two, a few kilometers across. It's expanding and expanding. Your county or your island. The territory you belong to, at least for now. And still keep expanding and expanding. See your energy creeping across, spreading and spreading. So now you're having to pull back from the earth to see it. You're starting to see it as though you were in an aeroplane. Spreading, spreading your light and your energy. Connecting with everything in your path. And pull back a little further to see it spread a little further. Now you can see the planet Earth. See it rotating. You can see the continents and the oceans. And you see your energy flooding over the entire planet. And connecting with the energy of all the other people on the planet. Because now, probably more than any other point in history, we're all in this together. We're sharing this experience. We're learning together how much a hug matters, how much freedom matters, how much access to food matters. We're learning to look out for the weaker members of society, for the more vulnerable, for those whose need is greater than ours. We're in the same boat as that family in China, or that family in Brazil, or that family in Alaska. We're all learning together. We're all maybe changing our priorities a little bit. Shifting from individualism to connectedness. Because we realize the extreme case of individualism. Our eyes have been opened. We are sharing. For better, for worse, the rich and the poor, and the sick and the healthy. We are joined. We are the human race. We've remembered that we are all the human race. And then gradually focus your energy back across the planet, back to your country, back to your town, back to the building where you are, back into your heart. Place your hand on your heart and hold it, knowing that you are your own perfect self and you are part of the human race. Open your eyes. Now we can start to eat. Thanks for joining. See you tomorrow.